What is my favorite show? Doctor Who. That was alright. That was fine. Hello Whovians, Crispy Bro here. Yes, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for sticking around. So today's review is a little bit more timely. I'm still one day late, but hey, the Who addicts were a bit late as well, so I can get away with it. Anyway, today we are talking about Series 11, Episode 8. Oh my god, Episode 8. We have 2 more left. And then a New Year's Day special. Boy oh boy, we are in for a treat. But anyway, we are talking about Series 11, Episode 8, The Witchfinders. What did I think? Well, let's find out now.
So, Crispy, what were your overall thoughts?
I am not sure how I feel about this episode. I feel like I say that every time. That's literally the first thing I say. But I am so unsure this episode. I do not know if I like it. Did it pass? Did it fail? That sounds exactly like my assignments. Anyway, I feel like this episode is kind of like, you know, a date you go on. You know, you meet up with the person, you have a drink, you have a laugh, have an okay time, you leave, you text a little bit, but you don't ever really go back. But the witches were pretty scary. I didn't mind them. I did like the twist of the you know, the main witch killing lady being possessed by the big bad in the end. I thought that was pretty good karma, and that's okay storytelling. I like that. But then when the villain eventually, you know, came about, I was expecting a little bit more. Like it looked awesome. It looked like a bit of a mix between like CGI and prosthetics, because it had like, you know, it was a lot of prosthetic work, but then they had like these weird CGI moving parts. I really liked how it looks, but I swear, like, Doctor Who has this theme of making all the villains kind of sound the same, and they're like, I will get you, the Doctor. That was weird. I can't do the voice. Anyway, I feel like a lot of the villains kind of sound similar. This one reminded me of how the lady Ice Warrior spoke in Series 10 with Capaldi. I feel like they spoke the exact same way. So I don't know. This review's kind of weird. But then ultimately, in the end, they like killed the main Vine villain just by lighting it with a torch that was part of alien tech. They like lit it on fire. I don't quite know how it happened in the end. It wasn't really that big of a resolution. And then the guy from Spy Kids did the exact same thing, but to the main lady, and then the Doctor was like, whoa, you can't do that, even though the Doctor just did it to the Vine thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm being a bit too negative. It was beautifully shot. I feel like the direction this season has been absolutely amazing. From a filmic standpoint, actually, now that I think about it, there were a lot of times when the camera was like really like up in their grill, like they'd have an angle where it's like, oh, Doctor, I'm so bad.
What was new during this episode?
Well, we had the mud monsters, and I thought it was a pretty good concept for them. I like the idea of this mud that can just take over, you know, a corpse, and I like the idea that, you know, all these corpses were people that were wrongly killed because people thought they were witches. I dug that, and it was creepy, and by far one of the creepiest things I've seen in Doctor Who to date was when one of the witches was holding an axe coming down a hallway, and she had all the other like dead mud witch things behind her. Wow, that's spooky. If I was a kid watching this episode, I'd be like, wow, that sofa I need to be at the back of, because I'm scared of watching the telly. Sounded a lot better in my head. And then of course we had the big guest star of Alan Cumming, I believe that's his name. Let me just double check. Indeed. He was very good with how he spoke. It was a bit over the top, but hey, it's Doctor Who.
What was your favorite scene? My
favorite scene, hands down, would have to be the scene between Jodie Whittaker and Alan Cumming, where, you know, Jodie's been, like, wrongly accused of being a witch, and she has that, like, speech, like, look, you can just trust me. Like, I know you don't trust anyone, but, you know, start trusting people. I thought that was great. I mean, I know, like, Peter Capaldi's thing was speeches, but I feel like Jodie, like, I mean, she's not bad with the speeches.
What was your favorite quote?
I really like the scene where Jodie was like, oh, if I were a bloke, none of this would be happening. Because, you know, I feel like, you know, the Doctor's lived a long time, and this is the first time that, you know, the Doctor's been in a female form. So obviously, you know, it's funny to make that comparison. And I know a lot of people be like, whoa, that's PC pushing. I mean, come on, it was a throwaway line, guys. Come on!
Were there any flaws in the episode?
Well, as I said before, like, I did like the villain, but I feel like their payoff in the end, like, the conclusion was was not good. Not good at all. They literally just, they killed it. They were like, alright. But the one thing I like about Doctor Who, like good Doctor Who episodes, like throughout the episode, the Doctor learns how to defeat the villain in a clever way. Like in episode 1, the Doctor defeated Tim Shaw by getting the nano bombs from her friends and putting it into the weird snaky thingy, and then the villain like absorbed that without realizing it. Like that's clever. That's a good payoff. In this, it just felt like, nah, here's a torch. You burnt, mate.
Were there any moments that made you go, what?
Well, I don't know if many people would pick up on this or have the same issue as I did with this, but there was a moment where the Doctor, Ryan, and Graham went off, and then Yaz went off and did her own thing and checked up on the girl that the grandma just died. That happened in real life? Is Yaz that confident? She's literally just stepped in another time zone, doesn't know anything about the place, and she's like, don't worry guys, I'm gonna go and check up on that girl that we barely know. I don't know, just it doesn't feel safe. Like, I mean, you know, I doubt Find My Friends works in the bloody 17th century or wherever we are, you know?
Did I cry during this episode?
No, I did not.
What would you give this episode out of 10?
Look, I think it was passable Doctor Who. Like, it's nothing amazing. It's not something I'm gonna be talking about for ages. But yeah, the resolution kind of put a downer on things for me. So I will give the Witchfinders a 5.5 out of 10. But hey, that's just my silly opinion. I want to hear your not so silly opinion. I really like your opinions. I read them all the time. It's honestly what I do with my days. So yes, please guys, leave down below what you guys thought of the episode. I would really appreciate it. I'm interested to see what you guys think of this episode, because I've only watched this once, admittedly. I could watch it again and be like, wow, I missed so much. There is so much depth to that final resolution bit. But hey, I don't know. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll read them and give them a little heart thing, because I'm a YouTuber. If you wanna subscribe, do it now. If you want to. Anyway, hopefully I'm gonna get back into the swing of things now. I've already recorded an interview with a guy that's been in a ridiculous amount of Doctor Who episodes, so get keen for that. He's a very interesting guy. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you have not already. Trust me, cool stuff's coming, and I will see you very, very shortly. Allons-y!